The right word gets people to click. The right word gets people to engage. The right word gets people to invest in what you're doing, whether it is a key customer acquisition, right? An early customer acquisition to validate your product, your service, your offering, or it's to get that investor to fork over some dough and take a ride with you on an incredible financial opportunity. The right result for growing your business is not your technology. The right result for growing your business, right, is not your functions and features. The right result for growing your business requires selling. And to sell, you've got to get engagement. And to get engagement, you have to market and set expectations for an experience, which is at the heart of today's call, connecting emotionally through a joy or relief statement. Before we continue on with today's session here, I'd love to just check in with Karen Eastwood. Karen, we had such a fun time. Thank you for sharing the behind the scenes of ESPOhub with me here. I'd love to get from your opinion. Don't give away any of the super juicy stuff. If you could talk around it here, because we still want you to make sure that you are able to hold on to certain things for you, right? But could you share your experience with our fellow pitch freaks here today here? What that 10, 15-minute experience here was like with the pitch freak? What did you discover? What was your takeaway? Karen Eastwood, over to you.
Well, first, thank you so much for calling me out of the blue to jump onto a Zoom call. It was it was a pleasure and an honor to have you come and take a look at what I built and developed, and then for you to give me some pretty sound insight um, on my landing page, which that is your first introduction to what you're doing, which should be a very powerful, simplified call to action, and then to also entice them to jump on really quick and go inside of the landing page. So that was really really helpful. I'm not going to say too much because I don't want to share it,
Right.
but it was a pleasure to also hear your feedback on what I did develop inside of ESPOhub and the user friendly platform, because it has been a year and a half of development, and we have grown significantly since the beginning of March. I mean, I do have over 500 plus users on there, and I'm now getting paid subscriptions.
Let's go. Let's
So
go.
it was really nice. Yeah, it was really nice to hear your feedback on the inside of the guts of ESPOhub. So yeah, I I had a pleasant surprise this morning, and I'm so glad that we did that. Yes.
And Karen Eastwood, would you agree that all that I did was go down step one that we talk about every Monday, right? Articulate your value from your prospect's perspective. That's all that I did, right? And then showed you, demonstrated to you how you can articulate your value from your prospect's perspective graphically on your own homepage to create what's obviously a more logical approach to increase engagement and conversions on your homepage. Would you agree?
I would agree 100%.
Right. So when I teach you guys, step one, articulate your value. Step two, connect emotionally. Step three, right, offer an invitation. Think about it like the Karate Kid. Think about it like the Karate Kid if you have to, because Karen got to see it. Karen's past the pitch freak, but this morning, within less than 15 minutes, she got to see the pitch freak in the ring with a real life scenario and say, oh, that's what you mean by articulate your value from your prospect. You got to see it manifested visually on your own website. How did that feel, making that jump between what I talk about every single Monday, right? Value from your prospect, and then showing you, demonstrating to you physically how you do that on your homepage?
Well, I'm excited, and it's an easy fix.
It's an easy fix,
So,
right?
yeah.
Right. It's an easy fix. And here's the thing that we talk about with Karen, which is I'm not going to give you guys fixes. Right? I could have said, look, Karen, in order to make this work, you're going to need to do a lot more advertising, quite frankly, right? And we're going to need to get some additional influencers here for you. And they're not cheap, by the way, but they really know a lot of people. They really know a lot of people, really, really connected here. And I'm going to put you on an advertising campaign. It's going to cost you X thousands of dollars a month, right? And we're going to put you in front of a lot more eyeballs so to get a lot more people to your website. I could have done that. That could have been a solution, right? And that's a solution for most people. Karen, did I give you that solution?
No, you did not.
Did I give you a solution that would cost you anything to implement?
For today?
Today's solution. The thing that I told
Yeah,
you today.
no, nothing.
Nothing.
It cost me nothing.
Cost you
me
nothing. And here's why it costs her nothing. Because I know how to program a website. I know how to produce an app. 30 years Silicon Valley Marketing Launch Pro. If I gave Karen advice that I knew she could not afford to implement, then I'm giving her nothing. I'm giving her nothing. If the advice that I gave her, she can't afford to implement, or she can't physically implement. So even if it was free to her, if she can't do it, then my information is valueless to her. So my point to you is the calls that you're on with us on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, you have yet to discover how valuable they are. You don't know. You don't know. And guess what? That's part of the fun. That's part of the fun, right? Because when Daniel-san gets into a fight and he applies wax on, wax off, right? Now you see it. There's a revelation. There's excitement. What else is Pitchfreak telling me here that I can apply? Right? This is what we do. This is what we do. Minima knows what we're talking about. Karen is, and so what I gave Karen Eastwood a solution. I didn't give her advice. I did not give her advice. I said, this is what to do specifically. Now she could choose to do it or not. I didn't give her advice. I didn't give her an opinion. I said, this is what's not working, and this is exactly how to solve that challenge. And by the way, if you do it this particular way, it doesn't cost you anything, and you get some additional benefits on top of it. Here are the specific benefits. And I gave it the information to her in a way that she can then present to her technology team in a way that makes sense, in a way that is logical, in a way that engineers can appreciate. Because people that aren't experts in marketing, people that aren't experts in branding, people that aren't experts in design can ask engineers and programmers to do certain things that seem really strange from an engineer's perspective. And engineers don't like to do engineering projects here without a game plan in mind, without a specific benefit to do so. And so not only did I show Karen how to solve the challenge she's having on the homepage, I also showed her the challenge on how to get your engineers to do it in a very simple, easy to apply, easy to understand way. And guess what? When an engineer knows that there is a better solution to come up with to create a better outcome, they're happy to do it. They're happy to do it. Engineers aren't lazy people. Engineers hate doing unnecessary work. And only somebody who's worked with engineers extensively on multiple products would know that as a marketing professional, right? And so that's why engineers and marketing people, they don't work very well often. There's a lot of back and forth because a lot of marketing pros that are out there focus on creative issues, designs, feelings, and they can't back it up. I just want it this way because I want it this way. You just need to do it. You work for me, you need to do it. That's not how a real pro works, you guys. A real pro might have feelings, they might want to do it, but you better have evidence. You better have evidence if you're going to work with world-class pros. If you want a team of A players, you better have evidence to support your insights. Even if you are the de facto domain expert in your space, bringing evidence to your discussions about getting people to take action here gives them permission to take action, gives them permission to believe in you. Versus have faith. You don't need faith when you have evidence. Look at how fast Minima is on point today with her gift game, with her profile game. I don't even know. It's like she's reading in my mind. If you're going to put in the hours, let's make sure you get the best possible benefit for that time, for that energy. It begins with having a feeling with your customers. It begins with your customers feeling something about you, joy or relief. You have to decide, are you in the joy business or are you in the relief business? Right? Right? Karen Eastwood is in the relief business. Her customers bring joy to others. Her customers bring relief to others. But ESPOhub is in the relief business. And so we should be using terminology that is relief focused. We should be using images that are relief focused. And when you understand that you're in the relief business, right, you can double down on the imagery. You can double down on the words, the terminology, the approaches here to instill concepts of relief, even using the word relief in your communications. Let people know how they're going to feel once they're working with you. Okay. By the way, hello to Autism, Orlando, Lear, Abundance Mindset here, Abundance Reporter. We've got Savage, we've got Chris, we've got Joseph, we've got Ramyar, we've got G and Jay and Lisa here. It's a great packed call here in the Pitchfreaks room today on Clubhouse. If you've got questions, if you're new to the Pitchfreaks community, make sure you click the link above to learn how to pass the Pitchfreak. It's not for me, it's for you. Because if you can pass the Pitchfreak, it means you're going to get instant interest and engagement from your qualified prospects. And Karen Eastwood brings up a good point. What's it worth to you to get that instant interest and engagement? If you don't know how to charge for your product, if you're not charging enough for your product, if you're not making enough of a margin, it's not worth much to you. This is a big deal. All of my information is worth zero if you don't apply it. All of my information is worth a marginal amount of money if you don't apply it in a way that takes advantage of it. And if you do take advantage of it, it could be potentially worth millions or tens of millions or hundreds of millions. Amy Palvido raised $150 million for her real estate fund and attributed it to the Pitchfreaks. When she came on the Pitchfreaks call, originally she was trying to build a $25 million fund. And I didn't do it. She did it. It's her words, not mine. So Amy, from Amy Palmido's perspective, it's worth 75 or $125 million applying my approach. For Karen Eastwood, she'll believe it when she sees it. For Amy Palmido, it's worth $125 million. And I didn't even go through the detail that I went through with Karen Eastwood today. Don't get confused. Simply because I can work fast, don't hold it against me. Right? Just because I have the solutions to you and I come up with them quickly, don't hold it against me. That's a benefit. I apply the same concepts that you guys do, which is, right? I need to be working with people, right, that appreciate and have an urgent pressing need to solve these problems because it means real money to them. So for folks who aren't in business yet, for folks who are engaged in businesses that don't generate a lot of revenue, there's no shame in that game. There's no judgment that I have, right? For you, all I can do is help you be more efficient, more effective with the time that you're spending. It's not going to be worth millions of dollars for you. But if I can help you make that time and effort more effective, if I can help you get a better ROI on your time and energy and engagement, right? If I make life a little easier for you, if I can bring you some relief, then that means a lot to me personally. Karen Eastwood has a multi-million-dollar opportunity with ESPOhub. Easily. Easily. If she addresses the challenges that I already, and by the way, that was just 15 minutes. Imagine if I spend more time with Karen Eastwood. Imagine if I spent more time with your business. I could spend all month long on your business. If your business isn't a money-making business, then it's a valueless exercise. If you're in business to make money, thank you, Dwayne Garman, thank you, Stephen. If you're in business to make money and make lots of money, then I can have a profound impact on your business. if you're charging appropriate, if you're generating margin, if you have a growing customer base, if you have a solution that really solves an urgent and pressing need for lots of people here, then these words out of my mouth on our Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday call could be worth millions, tens of millions, hundreds of millions. Tomorrow, we're going to talk about how to craft your invitation or your gentle call to action. Minima, I want to spend time with you tomorrow. I want to do a deep dive here. We did a deep dive with Karen here because it was so important here. 15 minutes. It's like the Geico ad, right? 15 minutes to save 15% on your auto insurance. 15 minutes. Karen isn't even going to know for a year on how profound that 15 minutes was for her. And by the way, it wasn't even the 15 minutes. It wasn't even the 15 minutes because the real solution I came up with was 2 minutes. Because Karen, I'll share this one thing. Karen did a whole presentation. She showed me everything about the app, about the website. A 9.5-minute presentation, right? And then we stopped and we were talking, and she said, "Oh, let me show you one other thing." And then she spent about 2 minutes on that. I said, "Karen, that is the thing that we should be talking about. That thing that you didn't even mention when you had 10 minutes to talk to me, right? 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 And she's getting people to sign up without them even knowing about that thing that we know about." And she realized, oh my gosh, I should be talking about it. Believe me, we're going to be talking about it moving forward here. Congratulations, Karen Eastwood here. I'm excited for you. I'm excited for everybody on this call. Thank you, Steve, for getting the call set up here. Thank you for the amazing Lauren Lapointe. Thank you to all of us who are joining here on today's call. We appreciate you so much. Join us on YouTube. Pitch Freaks on YouTube is youtube.com/@Pitchfreaks.